Hey, welcome! Look what I have to share with you today. This spectacular, very colorful, totally fabulous Deco Mesh Halloween wreath. This one was so much fun to make. I love a fantastic Halloween wreath, and this one makes quite a festive Halloween statement. I love, love, love this one, and I hope you do too. Welcome back to my subscribers and to all visiting my channel today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like this awesome Halloween wreath that I'm sharing with you today. I hope you will like and share this tutorial. Okay, let's get busy putting together this totally fun and festive and very colorful Halloween wreath. Let's look at the materials that we will need to create this wreath. I purchased this really awesome Gnome Halloween sign on Amazon. I'll put in the description box the store where I purchased it. It is really, really awesome. It fits very well on that square wreath frame, which I purchased at Dollar Tree. Now, you can use a round wreath if you like. I thought I would just do something a little bit different, so I decided to do it on a square wreath frame. I purchased this really beautiful Deco Mesh on Amazon. Again, I'll put it in the description box, the store where I purchased it. Now, this came as a 4-pack. The multicolored Deco Mesh, orange, purple, and black. I also have 3 rolls of the smaller Deco Mesh that I purchased at Dollar Tree. I have here some mesh tubing, which I also purchased at Dollar Tree. I like to use mesh tubing on my Deco Mesh wreaths. I have here a pile of black pipe cleaners. I always purchase my pipe cleaners at Hobby Lobby. And I have 4 Halloween ribbons, all of which I purchased at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be making a bow with 4 ribbons this tutorial. This is my first time doing a 4-ribbon bow on my channel. I have here some picks that came from Dollar Tree. They have so much awesome Halloween items right now. I'm very impressed with the selection of Halloween decor. Those little picks there, the glittery ones, those are from Dollar Tree. The spiders and the bats, those are from Dollar Tree. And this is a little container of little black ornaments, again from Dollar Tree. And that's it. That's all you'll need for this project. Now, I do cut my pipe cleaners in half. I'm going to be creating bundles, which is going to be the base on my wreath to place all of the adornments, the sign and all of the picks, the ribbon bundles, and the coiled up Deco Mesh bundles. I cut my Deco Mesh in 10-inch squares. For each bundle, I am going to include the multicolor, the purple, and the orange, and the black. So these will be nice full bundles. I'm just going to use the scrunch method. Now, I will tell you that this Deco Mesh that I got on Amazon, while the colors are absolutely vibrant and beautiful, it does fray. I'm not going to say it frays as much as Dollar Tree because it's not as thin as a Dollar Tree Deco Mesh, but it does fray. But quite honestly, it didn't bother me at all because this wreath is a Halloween wreath, and I think it's okay to have a little bit of fraying. So I wasn't concerned about it at all. What I do when I work with a deco mesh that frays is I just don't let it bother me, and at the very end, I just go around and trim everything up. Once it's on the door or on the wall or wherever the piece ends up, it's not going to continue fraying because you're not going to be touching it. So once I trim it up at the end, it's good. And that's my feeling about fraying deco mesh. I just don't let it bother me. And again, I think it's actually like kind of, cool. It's a nice effect on a Halloween wreath, which is different than other types of wreaths. So look at that beautiful bundle. Oh my gosh. I am crazy for these colors. Oh my goodness. It just makes such a beautiful wreath. Now I'm going to create, I believe, yes, I did 26 bundles of that deco mesh with all 4 colors added per bundle in 10-inch pieces. I am going to make a 4-ribbon bow. This is going to be so pretty on this piece. So for the base, I really like this orange and black one. Now this ribbon is wired and it's pretty compliant. It is a Dollar Tree ribbon, so the actual texture or the material of the ribbon is more like I want to say like a nylon, but that's okay. It worked out very well for the bow. So I'm creating a 3-loop bow on each side, or 6 loops altogether. I want to say those loops are around 10 inches. You can measure them out or just eyeball them, whatever you're comfortable with. Be sure to have your pipe cleaners all ready. You just need a half of one. You're going to go ahead and wrap it around those loops. I use the fold over method, twist and fold it over to create the loops. Pinch everything together in the center. This is not a bow tutorial. I will suggest to you to take a look at my bow tutorials. I'll put them in the description box. I have bow tutorials that will teach you how, in a slow and methodical and detailed manner, how to make bows like I do. So I really mix up the technique that I use on my bows, more so than technique, the size of my bows, and sometimes I might do 3 loops for all of my tiers on my bow, and sometimes I might vary that. So that's okay. Once you learn how to make a bow like this, you too can just change it up. You can make your bows all different ways once you get that fold over, pinch it in the middle technique down. All right, so this is tier number 2 of this 4-ribbon bow. Again, I'm going to do my loops in 10 inches, 10-inch lengths. This black ribbon from Dollar Tree is super pretty. You can't quite see it, or maybe you can, but this ribbon has like a texture, almost like, not spider webs, but it's almost a spider web lacy kind of texture. You can see it a little bit. It's a little bit shimmery. This is a really awesome ribbon. So I'm doing 3 loops on each side, and this is going to be tier number 2, as I said, of this 4-ribbon bow. So I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and secure all the loops of that tier. Twist it in the back. My tails, by the way, are around 10 inches as well. I always angle the ends of my tails. I'm I'm going to go ahead and do that now, but I will also trim them up later once I have the bow on the wreath itself. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a beautiful bow. And here we have our bat ribbon. This one as well is from Dollar Tree, as I mentioned. I'm creating my bow loops just a little bit smaller. I want to say 8 to 9 inches, just so we have a little variance in the loop size. And again, you can just create any kind of bow that you like with as many loops or the sizes as you wish once you learn how to do this, or how to create these bows. Now, I did a 2-loop bow on each side for this tier with the loops just a little bit smaller. And this is tier number 3 of this 4-ribbon bow. And here we go with tier number 4. This is going to sit right on top, and I intentionally kept this orange ribbon that says Happy Halloween with the spider webs on it because it's the pretty orange color with the black and white, and I thought this should sit right on top so it'll really be noticed sitting on that wreath. Now I make my loops just a tad smaller than I did with the bat ribbon. So I would say around 7.5 to 8 inches. I'm doing a 2-loop bow on each side, or 4 loops all together. I'm pinching it in the middle. I'm going to wrap a pipe cleaner around there. Then I'm going to put one single loop right down the middle of that bow. You just fold that under, catch it with your thumb, and just create one single loop going right down the center. And this finishes off that bow that's going to sit right on the very top of those other tiers. Give it a good twist in the back. And to cut off your tail and feed it right through that center loop so you can marry it up with the tail on the bottom. Love these colors. This wreath is spectacular. I just love it. Crazy for the colors. Did I mention that? I think I did. I love Halloween decor. I used to decorate. When my children were young, I used to do a lot of Halloween decor decorating. But now I just do a wreath now and then. Okay, so now I'm cutting or snipping off the pipe cleaners on the back of those tiers because I'm going to press them all together and form one bow. And I want it nice and flush up against one another. And that's why I snipped off the pipe cleaners, because I need it nice and tight, nice tight flush seal there. So my thumb is pressing very hard right down the center. Now I'm going to take my bat ribbon. Now I catch it with my thumb, press that really, really firmly together. I want all of these tiers to be nice and snug. And last but not least, oh my goodness, look at this bow. Simply gorgeous. And I have my thumb going right down the center, and I'm pinching it really hard with my thumb and my finger underneath. Now I'm going to take a full-size pipe cleaner, and I'm going to stick it right through the button, going right down the center. of that fabulous bow. And I'm going to bring it around the back, keeping a nice tight hold until I have all of those loops secure and adhered to one another. A nice tight twist there in the back. And now we have an absolutely fabulous bow to go on our very beautiful Deco Mesh wreath. Again, take note of my tutorials. Learn how to make these bows. You will be so happy with yourself once you learn. Look at this. Oh, it's just, I can't imagine not having that ability. So if you would like to also have that bow making talent, watch my videos. I promise they're very detailed, easy to follow. All you have to do is watch them and practice. Before you know it, you'll be able to make fabulous bows to go on your wreaths. Okay, so I'm going to prepare this sign. Now you can do it one of two ways. You could fold your pipe cleaner in half and glue it on each side of your sign. I like to take a long pipe cleaner and then I just feed mine through my Deco Mesh and I kind of coil it around the wreath frame wire. Or you can do it with tails if you fold it in half. You could do it that way as well. I'm doing it this way because I know that wreath is going to be very full because I'm doing the scrunching of the Deco Mesh, the bundles, so it's going to be extremely full. So I'm just allowing myself a nice long pipe cleaner there to feed down through that Deco Mesh. I just took a little piece of felt for extra security. Honestly, that gnome sign's not going anywhere if I just kept the pipe cleaner on there, but I just do the little bit extra just to hold it on there. Now I have my mesh tubing, and like I said, I love to put mesh tubing on a Deco Mesh wreath. I do this a lot at Christmas, but I love it for Halloween. So I take about, I want to say 10 inches for the loops. I just eyeball it. I put the mesh tubing together, and I'm just going to create, depending on how you look at it, it's 2 loops on each side, but I do them together, if that makes sense. I just fold it over and create kind of an X, and then I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner and wrap it around there. And I'm just going to feed that down in the mesh. And those loops are just going to be popping up through the Deco Mesh, as well as the little fun mesh tubing tails. You don't have to have perfect bows here. Just do the fold over method, or you can create those loops however you like. You may have a way that you prefer to do it. I'm just trying to show you here how to create an extra embellishment to place inside your Deco Mesh bundles. Now here we have those smaller bundles that we're going to create. I'm going to do coils. I call them coils. I cut the pieces around 12 inches each. I'm going to do each color so I'm going to have 3 coils per bundle. So I'm just going to roll a nice loose little roll there. I put it in between my index finger, in between my 2 fingers there, next to my index finger. I do that so that my other finger is free to go ahead and coil up the other ones. And now I have my black. Again, cutting them in 12-inch strips, loosely roll up that into a coil. And now I'm just going to put a pipe cleaner right down the middle. There is just something about those colors together That is the bomb. I'm telling you, I love these colors. They're so Halloween-y, you know? Is that a word? Sure. But look at that. That's so pretty. I love it. And I love these picks. Dollar Tree, really, that's a winner for Dollar Tree. They had two different kinds. They had some furry ones, like, I don't want to say furry. They were like a soft felt. Not sure. But they're different than these. These were kind of the more nylon ones. I love these stuck in that wreath. So now I'm just preparing all of my picks that I'm going to insert into the Deco mesh. And I do just hot glue these in. There's plenty of Deco mesh there to fill in with those picks, but plenty of Deco mesh as well to adhere those picks with hot glue. I love these sparkly, glittery purple ones. Oh, they look so good in this wreath. I'm just going to use some wire cutters there. And then they also, on that same pick, they had some black ones. They were kind of like, I don't know what you would call that. Something is sprinkled on there that makes them a little bit shimmery. Kind of reminds me of those sprinkles that you put on cookies. I'm really not sure what that is on those picks, but I like it, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to use my leftover ribbon. I have a few pieces there. I may as well utilize it. And I'm going to make some ribbon bundles. Just 2 pieces of ribbon per bundle. Whatever I have left, as you can see there, I do have some left. And not a lot, but I thought, why not use it? So I'm just creating as many little ribbon bundles as I can. Doesn't matter what ribbon you put with what. That's up to you. So I'm just preparing everything so that when I go to apply everything to the wreath, I'll have everything all ready and set to go. I had just a little bit of black left over. Those tiers of the bow that I used, the longer or the bigger loops, those I had less ribbon left over naturally. So I just take a half a pipe cleaner, right down the center, I just scrunch it up, fold it over, twist it, and there you have the ribbon bundle that we're going to insert into the Deco mesh. Now I do dovetail the ends. Yes, I said it. I know you all are used to me saying I angle everything, but when it comes to a Deco mesh wreath where I insert ribbon bundles, I often dovetail them. I think it's just a nice look. So again, I'm just preparing everything. Now, while we're talking about wreaths, I'm going to advise you to take your wreaths and put them on a hanger and place them in the back of your closet. I've been telling everyone this in my wreath videos because I know so many people that place their wreaths in a hot attic, or they think if they squash the wreath and it comes out next season or next year that they'll be able to reshape it. And the truth is that that's not really the case. The Deco mesh never really quite comes back, and the bows certainly don't. So I'm going to pass along my favorite idea for storing your wreaths, and that's to put it on a clothes hanger, put it in the back of your closet, and then next season, when you take out, for example, this beautiful Halloween wreath, if you make one, it's going to still look fabulous, and it's not going to be ruined by squashing it or placing it in the hot attic. All right, that's my wreath sermon for today. Oh my goodness. I wish people would take care of all the wreaths. They're just so beautiful, and I can't imagine just ruining them. So I always like to share that bit of advice. Okay, so I'm going to be using the middle wire and the inner wire, and I am just going to go one to the next and back to the other. So I'm just wrapping my bundles around those wires. I do the middle wire, then I do the inner wire, then I go back to the middle and the inner, and look at this fabulous Deco Mesh application. It is absolutely beautiful. All right, so it's time to put on that really adorable sign. Now, I don't squash my signs down in the Deco Mesh. I don't want them sitting too far on the surface either. I just like it just tucked in just a little bit in the center. And I take my sign and I place it and decide exactly where it looks even and where it looks best. And then I just reach down through my Deco Mesh and I find a wreath wire, and I just coil my pipe cleaners right around the wire. And I do the same thing for my bow. Now on this square wreath frame, I am going to place my bow on the lower left-hand corner. And look how beautiful this looks. My sign is on, my bow is on, and I am loving this. So now I'm going to take my little coil bundles, and I'm going to just reach down in through the Deco Mesh and attach those to the wires, just like I did everything else. Now, I believe I want to say 4 bundles, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply those, as well as now I'm going to apply my ribbon bundles. And I just spread everything out, spaced everything out. You do you, however you want to place yours. But I try and just kind of balance everything out, distribute it evenly throughout the wreath. I use my little pipe cleaners there, the tails, and I applied those ribbon bundles. And it is looking fabulous. And now I am going to take all of my little mesh tubing, little bows there. Now I do pull those down into the Deco Mesh. So really what you're seeing is just the loops poking out as well as the tails. And I really like that look. So what I do before I start applying them is I just lay them on, decide where I'm going to place them around the wreath, and then I just reach through the Deco Mesh. And then I trim everything up afterward. I decide how I want to trim off the tails of that mesh tubing. And here we have our picks. And I do the same thing with the picks. I place them down where I think I want them, distribute everything evenly, balance everything out, and then I just take the hot glue gun and I glue them in. It's that easy. I also put a loop, a pipe cleaner loop, on the back of the wreath frame, by the way, to hang the wreath from. That's simple to do. Just create a loop and twist it around the wreath frame. Now on that sign, I have 2 little holes on the one is on the left gnome and the other one is on the right gnome at the top of the hat. And so I need to cover those up. Obviously they're meant for placing a hanger, but we don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is cover them up. And what better to cover them up with than a bat and a spider. So I'm just going to hot glue those on. I think I also put a spider down by the word Halloween. I did that later on, I think. And this is quite a gorgeous Halloween wreath. And you can see everything inserted and that absolutely fabulous bow. Halloween colors galore. Oh my goodness. Just gorgeous. I do angle the tails. I believe I trimmed up the tails of my bow just a bit. Curl the tails. I love to do that. And here we have it. One final look. Please remember to subscribe, leave your comments, and give my video a thumbs up. I appreciate that so much in support of my channel. Next up, an autumn cornucopia door wreath. This one's pretty. Okay, until next time, you all take care.